before I even jump into the whole like Jimmy Uso and the Naomi situation, one thing we have to discuss because it kind of goes in the same vein as this shit is the shit with the IWC and first off the JR situation. So of course he had his slip up with Dynamite with saying WWE Dynamite. And when we got on here, we didn't really have any issues when, we were surprised. I was surprised. I know when Scoop brought it up, but I wasn't in arms about it to be like, oh my gosh, he should be fired or this or this. But the fact that people in the IWC sent him death threats because of a slip up of the tongue. I mean, like, come on. It's not like he said anything disparaging to anybody. It's not like he was evil in any way, shape, or form. It's not like he had a hot mic second, that you see a lot of time on ESPN with a lot of like baseball commentators, football commentators, so on and so forth. He basically said the wrong letters for the company that he works for. Not a bad thing, especially for the fact that he had spent the better part of his career in WWE. So IWC is fucking tricky.
But then not only that, if you looking at the letters, we have WWE, AEW. I mean, it's not like AEW's name is just so far off from WWE. I mean, two of the letters are the same.
True.
Like, it would be different if he said WWE Dynamite and the company was like Impact or something. Then I'd be like, okay, whoa, you are completely off. Yeah. But I mean, come on, guys.
Exactly.
Like, especially to send the man death threats over it. That's just
I
would say
people
personally,
call him to like retire or be fired.
Yeah.
But that's just dumb shit.
Fired? Why? Okay. I mean, I will say this personally. There are times I love being a part of the IWC, and there are times the IWC embarrass me. And after today and what you just said about the JR thing, I'm kind of embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm very much so embarrassed of the IWC.
Yeah, and it's that old deal. It's that you got there's always a few bad apples in a bunch, and the IWC is no different. In every community within the world, there are bad apples in every single bunch, and there have been plenty of situations where the IWC has one stuck their foot in their mouths or made an ass of themselves, and of course had everybody look back at the IWC as a whole, and put us in a situation where we have to either defend the community or basically say, hey, some people did that, but it's not a reflection on us. So we and of course us, and every other person in the YouTube space, because we have a platform, we have an obligation to come on here and be objective about it and set the record straight. So with that, that's definitely not something that we agree. Was it a mistake?
Well,
yeah, on his part, but go ahead, Scoop.
Well, and to kind of piggyback with AEW, I don't know if y'all saw the message I sent where the guy who tried to jump in there with Jericho, he sent the whole tweet. He sent the whole tweet talking about, hey, Jim Cornette and all of that, I hope y'all proud of me for doing this. This is a start of me doing this more and more, all that other stuff. And Jim Cornette's response to that was, I don't care who you tried to do that for. They should have knocked you the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like the ring is sacred. Like the ring is sacred, regardless of who's in there. The ring is sacred, and you should have been knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that was a case of it backfiring on whatever fan that was.
And that's the thing. So did he think that he was doing it for JR? I mean, for Cornette? or anybody else? Was that him just saying that he was doing it for them, or?
According to his little message, yeah, it sounded like he was doing it for them / doing it for the quote unquote real wrestling fans, in a sense. That's what he was trying to make it seem.
I need to see Cornette immediately disown this guy. I saw Brian last say something about it, like calling him a dumbass or whatever.
Oh no, Cornette had immediately disowned him.
Okay, good.
Yeah. He the second message, he basically saying that the ring was sacred, you're a dumbass. Had it would have been me, you would have I would have had a tennis racket flavored popsicle, because I would have stuck my racket up your ass. Like, he basically disowned what that guy did.
Oh, good.
He was like, even if you could go in there and beat up the Young Bucks, what you did was wrong.
Right.
So
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. The IWC has been tripping this past week.
Yeah, and I guess yeah, that's a perfect example of that being one of the bad ones in the bunch.
And I don't know.
Yeah, no. And the reason I said it, because now that you brought that up, yeah, even his Twitter, right under, like, basically in his bio, he says, Jericho punches like a bitch, and I saw piss running down MJF's leg. Like, what part of that?
Really?
Yeah, like what part of that makes it mean like you are within the IWC and you talk for everybody else? It's like, basically at this point it's a little clickbaitish, and it's just you trying to get attention. Like, you're doing that for yourself, not for wrestling fans, or not for the true wrestling fans.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guarantee that he wouldn't do that shit in WWE.
Yeah, this is your own selfish things.
More damn sure.
So, but yeah,
no.
I'm not worried about it. I mean, I don't be, and because it's funny because he's doing the same thing that a lot of people on social media do when they incriminate themselves. He's saying that he's planning on doing this at other events. Now that they know who you are, you may not be allowed at any other event.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, what does that do for your agenda now? But that's, again, IWC. A lot of y'all have been
not only that, but don't. But not only that, don't try to start something where you try to encourage other people to do this stupid behavior, and then start getting people beat the fuck up.
Yeah.
Right.
And usually when I mean beat the fuck up, I don't usually mean the wrestlers are going to get beat the fuck up. It's going to be these regular ass civilians. Because all it takes for you to try to run in there against the right one.
I would love to see this guy try to run in on a Lance Archer match.
So I hope it starts and stops with this.
I think it will.
Hell, I mean, not even so much then. I'm pretty sure if security was a second or two late, Jericho probably would have gave a good little shot on him.
Mm-hmm.
So he better be lucky security reacted as fast as they did.
Yeah. But that's not where the IWC shit has ended.
I was gonna say, just idiots.
Because again, we have now the Jimmy Uso situation, which now includes all of a sudden.
Unfortunately,
Naomi, not. Which let me just state this for the record here. The whole Jimmy Uso situation is solely his fault. He is the one person who is at fault in this whole situation. Why? Because this has not happened just one, not two, but the third time that this has happened on his account. So at this point, it's him. Because So we all agree that that's an issue. That's his fault. That's his problem. That's something that he has to deal with.
Yes.
So from that point, it's WWE's problem to handle. They have to figure out what they're going to do with him moving forward, which, of course, judging by how everything went on SmackDown, he's probably going to be reprimanded in some way, but then it's going to be perfectly fine moving forward. He's not losing his job. Mm-hmm. But this whole thing with Naomi, see, the problem with the IWC is that there are some of them who are acting like those within the cancel culture community because they're looking for a scapegoat to blame outside of blaming Jimmy Uso because everybody likes Jimmy Uso. So who you go for? You go for Naomi because you do that because it's the easiest target. Because one, you didn't see anybody go after Roman. You didn't see anybody go after Jey Uso. You didn't see anybody go after WWE. You saw everybody go after somebody who was complete bystander in all of this, who wasn't within the conversation. And so they went after her the same way they went after Jim Ross over the fucking WWE Dynamite situation.
Well, hold on.
Go ahead.
But what's even so wrong about this? Not even on the same show.
Yeah. Exactly.
Naomi is technically on Raw. Usos and Roman are on SmackDown, so it's not even the same show.
That was my question.
Makes it even worse.
Where was she with him again? Because she had been with him at least one time before.
Yeah, she was with him, I think, the first time.
Yeah.
But this time,
she
I don't
think
she was with him this time.
None of the reports
have said that she was.
None of the reports this time. I don't think so. None of the reports have saying she was with him this time around.
Huh.
Yeah, so they basically went
so
after her.
I think this was solely on Jim. Like I don't think even Jay was with him.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I think he was solely by himself. And the IWC, or though the bad bunches out of the IWC, basically went as far as to harassing her, blaming her for all of this, to the point to where she deleted her Twitter. And
that's terrible.
Yeah. And it's like, how do you blame somebody? Yeah, granted, that's his wife, but how do you blame somebody who had no involvement then? You don't, because the thing is, you don't understand what goes on behind closed doors. You don't know if she's been trying to help him. You don't know if Jay's been trying to help him. You don't know if Roman's been trying to stop him from drinking, having these issues. I'm pretty sure that's been the case. But if there's somebody who has an issue, if they don't want to be helped, then they're going to continue to do what they do. You can't blame somebody who's close to them for that, especially if they make their own decisions. So that's my issue with that.
But then though, to just see like some of these people, because like I was seeing reports, about Naomi shutting down her Twitter and everything, and then just to see like some of these people's comments, like, oh, but drinking and driving is still wrong, and this, that, and the other, and then like the people was responding, that had nothing to do with Naomi.
Yeah.
Like that has nothing to do with her.
Coming after the wrong ones, man.
Like
why even attack Naomi for this shit? That makes no damn sense.
Just like what Lip just said, is the fact that she's the wife and she's probably the most probably the easiest target to come in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dumb shit.
Most of it is because of the fact that most people already know, and it's almost predatory in a sense, because they already know that if they go after Roman, there's going to be a lot of people in the IWC that come to his defense. If they go after Jay, there's going to be a lot of people that come to his defense. Not saying that Naomi doesn't have that same type of support, but it's not going to be as bad on her, and if they go after an easy target. And that's why you see them go after her and not everybody else within his family, because his family is very extensive, but yet that's the only person who's not even blood related at that in that fact who they go after. So yeah, it's very predatory.
Yeah, very much. Sorry about your.
I don't know. Nah, you good. And you know, it's more than just predatory though, because it's just like I just love how everybody can be so just self-righteous at times.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, 100% in no shape or form or fashion am I caping for Oos here. This is
Yeah.
all 100% wrong, everything. But this is a situation to where y'all should be mad at Oos. And then if y'all want to be mad at WWE because he was still featured on SmackDown Friday, that's fine too. But this is the classic case of you shooting too much and then your ricochet start hitting other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because in no way, shape, or form should Naomi be getting hate mail for this.
Not
Not
at all.
even Jay, not even Roman, or whoever. Nobody other than Jim Uso should be getting hate for this.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Absolutely.
and then not only that, but you know they was probably saying some severely fucked up shit too.
They had to be because
Yeah.
I mean they I think they only showed like a few things that were said like on like that she was mentioned in, but I don't think we never see anybody's DMs, and we all know a lot of people who's going
I
to
can
say the
only
most
imagine.
disparaging shit are going to
Yeah.
go in there and not say it in front of everybody else because they understand if they know how bad it is that they're trying to say something, they already know they're going to get some type of backlash just by how severe their messages are. So yeah, and I know that that's probably what caused her to delete her Twitter was probably some shit from the DMs. So yeah,
Yeah.
I feel bad for her. I do.
Same.
But and the thing is and again for the people in the IWC in that bad bunch, we're not the WWE. We have not employed anybody on that roster. So it's not in it's not our problem to deal with because we can't do anything. We can't sit there and put Jimmy in rehab. We can't sit there and get him help like that. We can voice our opinion on it. We can say shit and talk about it here and there. But at the end of the day, we can't sit here and be vigilantes and go and try to import our own type of justice because it doesn't do anything except make situations worse. And this has made a situation worse for the life of Naomi in this instance. So yeah, only thing I can say to the IWC as far as those guys on that side, y'all have to chill out because it's been too frequent of situations that's happened within the past couple of weeks to where you're making everybody else within this community look bad as y'all do. That goes for
And and to even spin off the story a little bit, prayers to Bailey. Hope you recover well and be back. I'm glad it was a training, and let alone they didn't reveal who she was training with. Because I remember when Sasha had injured Paige, Sasha was getting hate mail and hate messages out the wazoo. So you can only imagine if it was revealed who Bailey was training with, that person would have been getting hate mail and death threats and all of that. So people, y'all got to chill the fuck out.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah, man. We have to do better on that side because if it continues the way that it's continuing, all we're gonna do is end up looking like how the people within the cancel culture look right now. We just get mad at everything just to be mad at everything and not have any justifiable reasons to be mad. Just finding a scapegoat to talk about so that way we can sit here and vent for no fucking reason and then get somebody either losing their job or fucking worse. So, So social media is trash, man. To be fucking honest.
It is. If it wasn't for the fact that I see entertaining stuff here and there, at the end of the day, it could be very trash. It could be very negative. It could be very toxic. It could be very demoralizing, demeaning. You could be defeated by it. Social media can be very toxic to a person's life.
Yeah.
Especially when you have people who wake up and choose violence.
Yeah. And trust me, if you're not ready for that violence and you've been somebody online trying to talk that shit, you may hate that somebody else chose violence that day, because you might be the recipient of that so-called violence that happens. So be careful, all you Twitter finger gangsters out there, man. Just
exactly.
If you're not finna ask for that smoke in real life up front, then you need to make sure that you're not doing the same thing online, because I guarantee you're gonna say it to the wrong person, and they're gonna end up finding you. And we're gonna see if you got that same energy during that time too. So,
and usually 9 times out of 10, no.
Yeah. Just saying, be careful. Be careful. Yeah, I mean, we pretty much want to come on here and just kind of give our thoughts on this, and just kind of do a short thing so that way you guys understood where we stood, and try maybe give like a PSA to those of you who still are within that realm, to help you guys do better or to guide you in the right direction. Because again, those of you who don't understand, or those of you who are on the outside of the IWC, we're all not like that in the slightest.
No.
You come in here and you'll see me and Scoot talk shit, or Jaeger talk shit about other people.
It's all in fun.
It is very much in fun. Part of it is entertainment. Part of it, it may be a smidgen of something that I feel about somebody else that I've extrapolated just for the fucks of it.
I mean, you know what? Just to be honest, if y'all been following us for a while, Mr. Dizzle's tones changed whenever Rise got fired from WWE.
Yeah,
he wasn't on the fuck ever Rise campaign. It was like, damn, 2 people did get fired. We wish them the best. This and the other. Like, he didn't come on there. Oh yeah, man, they glad to get fired. I ain't want to see. No, that's the energy we talk about. It's all well and fun at the end of the day. Like, this shit, it's entertainment. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
And we as a collective don't condone these type of behaviors.
At all. All.
Do we condone Jimmy's drinking and driving? Hell no, we don't. No. Do we condone Jimmy getting help? Hell yes. Do we want to see people get hurt and things like that? No. Like, Naomi did not deserve to wake up on a Sunday and go through this.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the damn truth.
JR didn't deserve to wake up on a Thursday and Friday and got the hate he was getting because he accidentally said WWE Dynamite. Like, what? Like, you think that man honestly sat there and meant to say WWE Dynamite? You think Naomi legitimately told Jimmy, hey, go out there and get drunk and then drive home? Like, come on, people. Like, really and truly, like, let's be real here. Like, let's be real. Let's be honest. You don't like kind of like what Lip said. You don't think the people closest to Jim didn't try to get him to get help? Come on, peeps.
That's foolish and naive. If y'all honestly thought that there's nobody within his family and his extensive family who's not trying to get him some type of help.
But then, hell, even if you go beyond the family, the friends, you don't think nobody in all of these years Jim has been in WWE, especially the last 2 times before this one, you don't think that they were like, Jim, Come on, man. Come on. And then to let you know even more, they wasn't even calling him Jim. You know, they was calling him by his real name or Us.
Yeah,
So to let you know how serious they were. Exactly, to let you know how serious they were. Because I hear sometimes with watching like up, up, down, down and stuff, like the wrestlers talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't think that at any time they were like, John, Us, come on. Hell, he's probably hearing it now.
Yeah.
Like, come on, peeps.
And
Naomi, Art Trinity, whatever you want to refer to her as, did not deserve none of this.
Not at all. And it's funny that a lot of people aren't thinking about this as well, because you got to understand, Jimmy Uso is now intertwined within a storyline that is probably the hottest storyline in WWE. They're not going to jeopardize a storyline. They're going to do what they should have done before these other releases happened, and that's actually ride this out. Now, he may be getting reprimanded that we don't know of, but he's in a high profile storyline, and they're doing the best that they can to address it without having it overshadow everything. So,
and please, wait, I want to address this too. Anybody who lives in Houston that are going to SmackDown Friday, they did announce a 6-man tag between the Usos and Reigns versus the Mysterios and Edge. Houston, I beg you, do not be those people. Please. You can boo, you can whatever, but do not be those people. Do not be the people who have fucked up signs or fucked up chants. Just please, I'm begging my fellow Houstonians, please do not be those people come Friday. Please.
Yeah. I won't be at that show, so I'm not worried about it. But yeah. Also, I really don't feel like being at any WWE live show right now. They haven't earned my money yet.
And that too.
But
and that too.
But yeah, I mean, just we really want to be transparent with everybody with everything that's going on, and try to give our the most unbiased opinion in within our realm, because there's going to be a lot of people that come on here and they'll defend that part of the IWC and say how much it was warranted. There's none of it that's warranted, period. So if you're listening to somebody, or if you're somebody that is on this platform that's doing that, y'all need to chill out, because none of that is justifiable, not one bit of it. So if y'all want to come in our comments and y'all want to talk that and then talk to us and have a dialogue, we can have that. We can have that conversation.
Yes,
get that
we really can.
I invite every bit of it. But before you start talking shit in any way, shape, or form, get some understanding, get some clarification with everything before you open your mouth or get on the computer and do anything and say something that you can't take back. So yeah, I implore everybody to just, in every situation, look at it from all ends objectively, and then make a sound decision on what you will do from there. But don't just fly off the handle.
Yeah, I would say, because there's too many people that are reactionary. Too many people.
Very. And plus, you got to think about like this. If this was your situation and you were in that position, would you want people just coming at you like this? Or would you want to be left the fuck alone to kind of just deal with it on your own?
Sorry about that.
Not only that, but like, I mean, let's just hypothetically take another situation. Okay, let's cross the realm and take like the R. Kelly situation.
Mm-hmm.
Take that R. Kelly situation. That's like people coming at the people he collaborated with on songs to be like, "Oh, you let R. Kelly do this?" Like, how I let R. Kelly do what? I just made a song or two with him. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Like, what? It's almost in the same realm. It's almost like, come on, guys.
Yeah, just because they're associated doesn't mean that they're.
I can 100%. Yeah, I can 100% see if Naomi was in the car with him or something, but
Like those first couple, like that
If
first
he's
time
out,
or two.
yeah, like if he's out by himself and he's doing what he do,
You can't really
you
be
can't
mad at
blame
her at
nobody
all.
but Jim
Yep.
And you know what? I'll
at
say
all.
this too. If it happens to come out that Naomi / Trinity was in the car with him, then I'll come back on here and then we'll have that conversation. We'll say, okay, you know what? We were wrong in those parts. She probably could have said that
Yeah.
she was going to drive, or do an Uber. Yeah, we can come back and we can have that conversation. But because there's been no evidence that she was there, that we can put her in that position and say, oh yeah, you're at fault. It's not that kind of party. We're not going to do that.
No.
But if there's tangible evidence that shows that, then yeah, we'll address it, and then we'll sit there and then I'll paint that shit, cover that shit up, and then I'll redo what the fuck I was gonna say and make it right. But until then, IWC or the bad bunches in the IWC,
Same.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, damn right.
Like for real, like seriously. But
Yeah,
Nah,
that's simple.
Y'all may have covered this while I was on for a second, but I really love the support everybody had been giving her that is in the community. Like all the female wrestlers that are out there that are in WWE with her, just showing her nothing but love, even though I guess she can't really see it right now.
Yeah.
But no, they've got to stand in solidarity with her.
Well, I mean, if we're pretty honest, and then I mean, I'm pretty sure at this point, the ones who really showing her love to have her number.
No, yeah,
Oh, for sure.
That's also true. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they didn't probably messaged her, called her. So, everything doesn't have to be on social media.
Very
Let's
true.
just say that.
Oh, I agree with
Everything
that
does
shit
not always have to
wholeheartedly.
be on social media.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, with everything that's gone on,
boy.
with everything that's gone on within like the IWC, these stories with JR, the fucking fan that rushed in, I forgot his name. I think his handle's like Fat Bastard or oh wait, no, it's motherfucking Mark. That's what it is. With him,
that's his app, but he did name it Fat Bastard.
Oh, okay. Well, with that situation, the Jimmy / Naomi situation, Scoot, you have anything that you want to like express to everybody out, regarding any of those situations?
To be honest with you, we kind of said it, but just to reiterate again, everybody stop being so reactionary. Stop trying to be the first person to say something. Stop trying to always be a SJW. Stop always thinking that your opinion is what somebody else needs to hear.
True.
Like you don't think that Naomi or Trinity feels a certain way about this? You don't, I mean, hell, you don't think Jim feels a way about this? His coworkers, his family, his own kids. Like, we really need to stop doing the whole kick a man when they're down mentality. That shit doesn't work for anybody.
Definitely
and
agreed.
That's basically all from me.
Yeah,
stop being
Jaeger,
fucking weirdos.
Jaeger, I know you're like half in, half out because you're handling business. But you got anything to say about anything regarding the past week?
I mean, kind of to echo Scoot, I need to hop off the damn keyboards. I don't mean y'all, but the IWC. I need to find something else to do with your lives. Like, cool, you got a little headline, oh, JR messed up, or insert Fat Bastard like wants to start interrupting matches or doing this crap just to either get his 15 seconds of fame, or I don't even know if he feels any kind of a way, like if there's a purpose for him to do this. But and then definitely the hounding of Trinity, aka Naomi. Y'all just need to chill the fuck out and leave your opinions to yourself sometimes.
Yeah, I'd have to definitely second Scoot's line. Stop thinking that your opinion is something that everybody wants to hear. That is, I don't know if anybody else can say that is just as perfect as that. Yeah, let people live their lives and let people deal with the consequences of their actions. Because we're not therapists, we're not cops, we're not enforcers of any type of law, whether it be worldly, WWE wise, professional wrestling wise. We're not the judge, juries, and executioners of anything in anybody else's lives except for our own. Outside of the stuff that we do, of course, but within that, we just have to be objective and be understanding to everybody's situation, because you don't know everybody's situation, just like everybody doesn't know your situation. So just be mindful of that. Put yourself in everybody else's shoes before you sit there and you start making judgment calls on what you're going to do, when you start accusing people of something that you have no idea of what's going on within their situation. So that's pretty much it. This is very impromptu. If you enjoyed this conversation, thank this man right here, because Scoot was like, "Yo, we got to talk about this," which is true, and I think it's probably one of the better moves that we've done, because of the fact that we get to come on here and be real with you guys about everything that needs to be talked about. Because I can guarantee you that you're only going to get objective and full on realness when we talk about subjects. We're not just going to come on here and be completely biased, but just because we like somebody, we're going to give it to you or about them the way that it needs to be given. Because again, we are all objective and we look at it from all accounts. Because one thing is damn sure, is that's the fact that we are all human, and we understand that we all can be put in that situation at any point in time without notice, and we could be in the same shoes as somebody else. So we're not going to come on here and disparage somebody just because they did something wrong. So but with that, you see the shit on the crawl. You can follow everybody that's on here. If you want to further the conversation and comment down below, by all means do that. For those of you in the IWC or in the YouTube community that disagree with us or want to have a conversation, we are completely open to it. And we can go to your platform, or you can come to ours, and then we can sit there and talk this shit out. But until you see us Wednesday, Thursday, who knows, sometime this week for sure. I bid my brothers adieu as always. With a good too sweet.
Bam.
Bye-bye. And as always, until next time, you beautiful mother effers, tag the fucketh out.